Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
You are now tuned in to the top boxing podcast in all of sports media, The Boxing Voice. Smash the like button.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, Daddy, this is Dolla beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man, spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dolla Dibiase Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, your kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no really no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dolla Dibiase Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. Thank God it's Friday. It's going down, ladies and gentlemen. We have some big boxing conversation to have, right? Obviously, Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter is official, and Crawford comes out and says, what did Ali say? I'm going to show you how great I am. And definitely he can do that with this particular fight. This is one of those opponents in Showtime Porter that you know is going to give you everything he has. Everything he has. So, you know, we're here to discuss it. It's a great fight. We have a fantastic final quarter. And this particular fight is one that obviously made boxing fans happy and content because they were able to find a deal where many of us thought this was going to be long and drawn out or end up in purse bid, or many believed that Porter would walk away, from this fight. They didn't think Porter wanted this fight. So just to be here where we are at today, where we have a date, we have the venue, tickets go on sale today. I believe I was sent the information yesterday, and it looks like, tickets, pre-sale tickets for the November 20th is live yesterday. I have the link if anybody wants it. And the code is BUD to buy your tickets. And tickets priced are $54, $104, $204, $304, and I have no clue what's this last one. Looks like Bud deleted that. I guess because he messed up that final ticket price. But he says, see you in Vegas, and it's fairly priced right, I think. Not too expensive, definitely leaving room for many people to come to the fight if they want to, $54, $104, $204, $304. That's good. I'm assuming the next price was going to be $400. So I think these are good ticket prices for a fantastic fight. Shout out to Jace, who said he's going. And anybody that shows up to this one, you're a lucky guy, because let's be real, this is going to be a huge fight. A huge fight. So what did Ali say? I'm going to show you how great I am. That's what Ali said. And Bud, using this opportunity, right? The one opportunity that people are saying Bud's in a 50-50 fight. Bud's finally in a tough fight. Bud's in there with an opponent that we approve of, that we value and rate and rank. So he responds with, I'm going to show you how great I am, and he's got that opportunity to do so now because we believe in Porter, because we know he's durable. We know the caliber that he's cut from. We know what he brings to the table. Real quick, let me just go ahead and ring the alarm. Rue in the 504 back, joining as a member. Shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to you. We appreciate the continued support. And yeah, man, it's on. Even though I think I would have preferred a better tagline for the fight, like a better title. It's on. I don't know. I don't know if that's what I would have chosen. I won't say, maybe something along the lines, maybe a newer phrase like Day of Reckoning or Judgment Day, because really, isn't it that? For a lot of us, and even for the Crawford fans, I believe, it is Judgment Day, because for them, they get to say, see, we told you so. We told you he was pound for pound number one. We told you how great he was. So come October 20th, Judgment Day, he will show you. So imagine it's being called It's On. And I get it, because there was a lot of anticipation of whether it would happen or not. There was definitely a lot of that, and whether it would happen or not. So the title, It's On, okay, that is fitting. But for those that didn't follow it on a daily basis, knowing that it was being drug out, knowing that it was falling apart or heading to purse bid, does it really resonate with them? Does it really resonate with them? I don't know. It's on. Mayweather versus Shane Mosley had Who You Picking. And I feel like that was fitting for this fight as well. Who You Picking sounds fitting for this one, I'm actually going to do my first poll. Big Super Mech says, great pricing. They are trying to fill it up. They better. That's what ticket prices should look like. But he just boggled my mind with his super chat. My first poll was going to be, okay, Crawford versus Porter. Right? Crawford versus Porter. What is it? What is it? Is it? Question mark. Is it 50-50? 50-50? Is it 60-40? What else do we got? We got two more options. Is it 50-50, 60-40? Two more options, guys. What do you guys think? Is this a 50-50 fight? Is this a 60-40 fight? Is it 70-30? Dare I say 70-30? Will there be some crazy people that even say 80-20? And I mean chances of, obviously, Shawn winning. 80-20? Could that be an option? Crawford versus Porter. What is it? 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. Is that a good poll? Let's try it. Let's try it. Is it a 50-50 fight? Is it a 60-40 fight? Is it a 70-30 fight? Remember, Crawford's the A side, so the left side always pertains to Crawford. So if you think it's 60-40, you think it's 60-40 Crawford's way. If it's 70-30, it's 70-30 Crawford's way. Remember that. Crawford is the left side. He's the A side. He's those numbers. Looks like we have another fight to announce today. Oh, actually, today's Friday, so not today. But we do have a fight to announce for Border Wars that has just been official. Signed, sealed, delivered, and paid for. And they're going to be fighting December 11th on Border Wars 13. Show Kid from SDS Promotions versus Jose from Canada. Once again, Jose attempting to get back in the ring. He tried this with Mario, and Mario caught a hernia last minute, had a late surgery, forcing Jose to cancel all his travel plans from Canada to the U.S., but he's found himself a new opponent in Show Kid, and Show Kid is with
SDS Promotions.
And continues to take all the tough fights. This is his now fourth Border Wars, back to back to back, and he's in the 40 and older club. So shout out to Show Kid, continuing to show that he has the heart of a lion. And, shout out to Jose, who's also in the 40 and older club, looking to come back. Right now on our poll, looks like 60-40 is what the public believes this fight is. 40% going to Porter, 60% going to Crawford. 29% of the public believe it's a 50-50 fight. 21% believe it's a 7-30 fight, and 10% believe it's a 80-20. According to the bookies and my co-producer, the fight is actually a -600 for Bud and a +450 for Porter, which basically is a 60-40, maybe even 55-45, right? Kind of almost, but betting lines work a little bit different. But he's giving you the bookies. I'm asking you, what do you think this fight is? Is it a 60-40? Is it a 50? We're not really using the bookie, even though I'm going to go to mybookie.ig now to see what they got. But I don't think, yesterday they didn't have this fight, man. It's too fresh. They don't have this fight yet, which is crazy. Very. They need to get it together. November. Nah, they don't have no November except for Canelo. That's the only November fight they got. So we got to wait on mybookie.ag. But remember, if you're going to use mybookie.ag to make a bet this week, because they got a lot of fights for this week, they got the return of Francisco Piñera. They got the return of Rashad Mati. Shout out to Sosa Crew for life. They got wowzers. That's a lot of people I don't know. I guess we know Linus, right? Rodolfo. That's a lot of people we don't know, though. This is weird. Who are all these fighters? This must be that Matchroom Italy card or something. I don't know. Okay, Avanesian is back, but he's a super, super favorite. So, Dakaris or Decayers, what did he say his name was when we interviewed? I don't know. But Solomon, who signed, heavyweight signed to Sam Jones, he's back. Actually, Solomon is next week on the 9th. This week is Chris Eubank Jr., and he's a huge favorite. So to make money on Eubank, we'll have to do some prop bets. And even Eubank by KO is a minus 2,000. So, wow. What is the best prop bet for Eubank? You would have to pick the round, man. I mean, there's no other way to really make money with Eubank unless you're just going to dump a lot of money. But remember, just to make 100, you got to bet 2,000 by knockout. And money line, Chris is a minus 5,000. I don't even know. That's just like. So there's another money line that says plus 1,000. What? I don't even know. I got to find out what's this one here. It says prop boxing line, October 2nd, props boxing line, plus 1,000, minus 1,000. Yes, no. Whatever the hell yes, no means. No clue. So, yeah, man, tough weekend to really bet. Unless you do parlays and unless you know a lot of these people that I don't know. Richard Rackport is there, but he's also a huge favorite. Let me see what it looks like to do all favorites. You do Eubank, you do Rackport, you do Avanesian. Let me see. That's. I mean, I don't know that I would put anything else in that, man. These dudes. Oh, Rashad Mati, I guess. That's it. Let me see. That brought you to. Oh wow, they don't even let you put Chris in a. Why can't you put Chris in a prop bet? That's crazy. Why can't I put Chris in a parlay? Strange. Wow. I've never seen that happen. They don't let you do a parlay with Chris Eubank. Well, that sucks because he's the biggest game in town when it comes to name recognition. But anyway, back to our scheduled program. We're talking Bud and Porter. First poll of the day. What do you think this fight is in terms of percentages? It is a 50-50 fight? Is it a 60-40 Crawford's way, 70-30 Crawford's way, 80-20 Crawford's way? So I think for me, you got to give Bud the credit for his dominance, even though those aren't the opponents that we've wanted from him. He's been dominant in those opponents and in those wins. He's got a nice mean streak that's appealing to me and possibly other fans. He's got the ability to switch, and he's got a nice reach, right? Length when it comes to his arm span. He fights taller than Porter. Porter gets low, but that works to his advantage because he dips a lot of shots because he's so low. So I think Crawford has that slight advantage, right? He's technically straighter than Porter. Porter shoots big lefts, back right hooks, all left hooks, back right hooks. That's his bread and butter on the inside, letting them go, kind of like Evander, but always crouched down. But Bud uses the range, the distance, combination punches well. So interesting to see this fight. I honestly, I can't wait. I think this one is a little more intriguing than most of them. But as boxing fans, we're definitely being treated, right? To have Wilder Fury Saturday, then to turn around and have, Canelo Plant, and then Bud and Porter. I'm just like, wow. So that's great. That's a great final quarter for us. Now, in terms of the fight, wow, 5 thumbs down. I wonder what the hell happened, right? In terms of the fight, how do we see it playing out? That's the question, right? Will Porter go down, or is that left hook, is he only susceptible to that left hook from the orthodox style? And more than likely, Porter will be facing Crawford, who will be in the southpaw style, is what I'm predicting, because that's where he's most comfortable. When you see him go for the kill, he's in that southpaw style. When things get rough, he resorts to southpaw. So I'm assuming he knows Porter's of a different caliber, so he'll come out in his warrior style from the beginning versus that orthodox style and feeling him out. Which brings me to those early rounds, those feel out rounds. Someone needs to win those, because those are the rounds that people normally give away. Porter needs to jump on those early rounds when Crawford is feeling him out. He needs to steal those early rounds by landing some punches. Catching Crawford in the exchanges is also a good method in which Porter can have some success, but it will put him in danger as well. You can't punch in between punches without putting yourself in danger. And again, Crawford has been showing he's on a 9-fight knockout streak. He has a mean streak. He has punching power. Porter needs to be on P's and Q's this fight. He can't afford to get dropped like in the Broner fight or in the Earl fight. And Marcel, Earl did drop him with a left hook, but that was out of the, that was out of the southpaw stance from the back left hook, which Crawford could do. I almost thought that was out of the orthodox for a minute, but Earl is a southpaw. Well, would you look at that? Porter's really going to have to be on his game not to get clipped with that same punch. Very interesting. I mean, so many things can happen. I mean, Porter can really shake up the division. I wonder if the motivation of that is enough to get him through the fight. Many believe that Crawford will continue the stoppage, the knockout streak. I don't know. Porter's a tough SOB. I can't see him being stopped. But right now, the poll continues to grow and slightly change, but still remaining the same. 31% believe it's a 50-50 fight. 41% of the viewing public believes it's a 41% 60-40 fight. 21% believe it's a 70-30 fight, while 7 weirdos believe it's a 80-20. Now, those weirdos could be justified if Crawford goes in there and whitewashes Porter. Maybe like a Mayweather Canelo, a Canelo Yeardom, But that's a tough task, to outclass Porter completely. It will be difficult. I think it'll be difficult. He has so much determination, so much stamina and will. Such a tough fight. Such a tough fight. I know that his style leaves him open for counters because his head's down. He's throwing punches. He's probably not looking right, is what people assume. But that's the same style that overwhelms people. Pushes your tank to the limit to see. Did you really train? This fight, I love it. I really do. Very happy that they gave us this. We've been talking about this fight for years. I don't know that it's a good or a bad thing that it happened late. In one hand, you've given Porter the time to get the experience he needs. And in another hand, you've given Crawford the time to build the confidence with each win, as dominating as they've been, to believe that he's pound for pound. And that's why we're here, because of what he said. He said, what did Ali say? I'm going to show you how great I am. And that he can show us that with this fight. You can't show us that with Cav Velasquez. You can't show us that with any of those previous opponents. But with this fight, he can show us that. And that's what makes it so interesting. Because if he's really as great as his fans think and as he thinks, he will be able to show it, and he will separate himself, and he will put on a performance like Floyd versus Canelo. Outpoint, outclass, hit and not be hit. Show that you're completely on a different level. Or you can prove us right, many of us who believe that Porter is just one of those solid tests that you need to go through in order to show that you are the goods. The unfortunate thing, I'm going to be rooting for Porter. There is no denying that. And the issue is that he deserves a win for always being our warrior. When we need someone to go fight for us in the name of us, Porter's always there. He's always there to step up to the plate. He doesn't care how big the challenge. You don't really hear him complaining about money, He just wants to be treated respectfully, and rightfully so, because you know what you get when you get a Porter fight. I don't know when was the last time Porter gave us a dull fight. It's just not in his DNA, He's just built different when it comes to fighting. He likes to fight. He enjoys it. He's competitive, and he has an amazing tank, which makes his performances all that much better. Poll changing a lot now. Looking like more people voting on 60-40. We are at 43% of the public believing that the Crawford-Porter fight is a 60-40 Crawford's way. 60-40 Crawford's way. Shout out to everybody tuning in and rocking out around the world. It is Friday, so shout out to Friday. And yeah, man, we're talking, it's on. World welterweight champion Terence Bud Crawford takes on Showtime Shawn Porter live on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Now, I don't really know what that means. Like, does that mean that they're not selling it on cable and you can't access it on your local cable provider? Will they not be selling it? Or does that just mean, I don't even know what else it could mean other than what I just said, honestly, right? Like, why wouldn't it be on ESPN and ESPN Plus? So I wonder if they're forcing people to buy the app, or rather to buy it through the app. So you got to download it. I don't know. But I'd like to hear what you guys think about that. Is it on ESPN Plus only? Is it accessible on ESPN and through your cable provider? Like, can I just click the button on my cable if I still had cable? Or do I have to download an app to actually buy this? Okay. Ito Cool said, Bob Arum said, yeah, DirecTV on demand. That's partially answering. I'm going to assume he means, DirecTV and cable. I never bought a pay-per-view on the app, I don't think. Does anybody remember any of the previous ESPN Plus pay-per-views on their app? Not really remembering, and I want to remember. I want to be sure that I'm not being robbed. And by rob I mean, like, buying this pay-per-view and waking up the next day and it's not there, like the Fox one. I don't agree with those business tactics that Fox Sports is doing. But, this fight, it sets a precedent, right? Because Devin Haney was offered a contract by Top Rank when obviously Porter isn't in a contract with Top Rank that we know of. It hasn't come out that Bob offered him a 3-fight deal to take this fight. So, this fight just shows that other people can cross the street and make a deal if the fighters want it. Because you see, in this fight, Porter was very adamant about wanting this fight and this fight only. He said it's either Earl or the Terence Bud Crawford fight. All over his podcast, anywhere he was asked, this is what he wanted. He made it clear he's not fighting no Connors, even though he entertained it, but he's not interested in Connors or Virgils right now. He wants the top dogs. And, now he's got this fight that he wanted, man. He's got this fight that he wanted. And it's time, bro. It's time. It's time to show the world what he can do. Not only Crawford, right? But Porter too, though, right? Like, Porter's been this dude that, like we said, he's the Porter test. But at the end of the day, he's losing these big fights. He's losing these big fights. So imagine what sort of cherry on top of your career would it be if you beat this one? Where right now on our poll, he's 44% of the people think it's a 60-40 fight. So you're the underdog. You're not supposed to win. This is your Danny Garcia, Amir Khan moment. This is your Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua moment. This is your time, which is crazy, right? Because when you think of Usyk and Anthony Joshua, Usyk was a a plus 225 after the weigh-in. Right now, we're being told Crawford is a minus 600, while Porter is a plus 450. Yeah, Gallo Fino, I'm actually not rolling up, packing one though. You know, we pack cones over here to keep it the safe way. You know, no tobaccos in the lungs, man. But yeah, man, 45%. Oh my God, it just keeps going up. You guys are wilding right now. Why y'all trying to play my man Crawford? Excuse me, Shawn Porter out. I think this fight is closer than y'all think, but all right. This is what I'm saying. Both men have the perfect opportunity to prove to the world how great they are. It's Bud Crawford's quote, but truthfully, it fits for the both of them. Because if Porter beats Bud, he shows the world how great he is. And guess what? All the attention is on him now. All eyes on him. And I'm hoping there's no rematch clause. Someone needs to ask Bob, is there a rematch clause? Because the fact that they were able to come to an agreement and not go to purse bid allowed for the inclusion of a rematch clause. Had they, had they went to purse bid, there would be no rematch clause. But being able to negotiate and come to an agreement before a purse bid, it allows for the contract to state that, because the A side is giving the B side an opportunity that he's agreeing with. And if you're agreeing with the money, and the caveat is you don't get a rematch, but the champion has a one-way rematch if you beat him, you might take that like Andy did, like Usyk did, like Fury did. Even though I believe Fury it was a two-way rematch in the second fight, I believe. That being said, right now the poll continues to grow with over 250 votes, and the community is speaking up. 45% believe it's a 60-40 fight. 60-40 meaning 60 to the A side, 40 to the B side. Showtime Shawn Porter showing, or rather the public showing, that he's a, underdog. But I think the last time we did a poll on Bud and Porter, we were asking, did you guys think that Bud could stop Porter? And a lot of the community, they voted against that. They believe that Shawn is durable enough to last the whole 12. Some believe that, he would maybe knock down Porter, but Porter would still make it to the 12th. That's actually where I'm at. That's actually what I believe. And, I just think that Porter's durable. I think he's shown us that in all his fights. He really bullied Devin Alexander, but Devin was a dude that was coming up in weight, right, from 140, but so is Bud, right? He bullied Paulie Malignaggi, so much so that Malignaggi was the first person and only person to ever accuse Shawn Porter of PEDs. So much so that his father was going to put hands on Paulie. He ain't like Paulie spreading them rumors. I don't know if people remember that. And, his father's always made it clear, listen, we sparred so many rounds with Manny Pacquiao, he'll never fight us. He'll never fight us. But he also said that about Floyd, and I'm sure no one believes that Floyd wouldn't fight Porter, even though many believe Floyd wouldn't fight Porter. Truth is, there's a difference between wanting to fight and knowing Floyd could win that fight. Same thing here. Many people believed that Crawford could win this fight, but it was questioned, did he want this fight? You know, people thought he could win this fight, but did he want it? And, you know, he wanted it. He wants to show us, like he said, how great he is. Bo Mbama is a very good bettor in the community, wins a lot, and looks like he believes this Shawn is getting cooked. I don't know, man. Who's cooked Shawn Porter, man? Really? You know, Canelo at least has that one loss to Floyd where he was completely outclassed. When has Shawn Porter been in a lopsided fight? You know? And I get it, the Ugas fight. But now, in retrospect, people need to start giving Ugas some credit. He beat Pacquiao. So, like Canelo said, yeah, you guys think I lost to Laura because I'm fighting the best. Yeah, you think Porter lost to Ugas because he fought one of the best. Obviously, Ugas just beat Pacquiao, something that Keith, one of my favorite fighters, just couldn't do. He just couldn't do it. Shout out to Justin. I see you made it okay because you're here. So looks like, you know, the test was A-okay. We got Supermax with another one that says, I honestly think this could be Porter's last fight. And maybe he's a father, you know, he's got 31 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. You know, he's what? How old is Shawn now? They don't even have his age on here. Why? Let me go to Wiki. 33 years old. He's 33 years old right now. It's just his resume. I don't understand. You know, Earl couldn't stop him. The big welterweight, the one that everybody called the weight bully, he couldn't stop him. Ugas, another big dude, he couldn't stop him. He beat Danny. He beat Granados. We just seen Granados give Conor Ben some issues. He beat Berto. Lost a close decision in 12. He went 12 with Keith, you know. Berto, he stopped, who's a known puncher, you know. Stops Bonet. Went 12 with Brooke, also a known puncher. Stops Paulie, you know. 12 with Devin. Now, how many rounds boxed? 243 rounds. Let me see how many rounds Crawford got, because he's on a knockout streak. 208. So 43. Wow, 43 is almost 2, 3, about 3 and some change more fights that Porter basically has over Crawford based off rounds boxed. And Crawford has 36 fights. What is it? What's Crawford's record? He's got 38 fights, 37 fights. Damn, that is a high knockout ratio, bro. 28 KOs, 37 wins. We'll see, man. We'll see. You see, this is why these fights need to happen. You know, for so long, you know, guys like myself questioned Crawford, questioned how good he was, questioned his power if it's real, because he's knocking guys out we don't care of. But now he's in a real fight, and all of a sudden, those stats do matter. All of a sudden, it does matter that he's been on a knockout streak. It does matter that he's got a 75% knockout ratio, and it starts to come into play. The only thing for me that doesn't get out of my mind is that Porter is built different from every other opponent that he's been in the ring with, and by he, I mean Crawford. That Porter, in my opinion, I think that nobody gives Porter trouble on his resume. You know, and then I have to, and if I have to say who, like if I have to say, come on, nobody, you got to give me, then I'll say maybe Jeff Horn and the other kid, Kavalaskis, you know, because of their awkwardness and the fact that they're natural welterweights. They're big guys, you know. But I doubt it. I think Jeff Horn couldn't deal with Porter, you know, and that style of Porter. While Horn is awkward himself, again, Porter is just punches and bunches all day, nonstop. So I don't know, man. When it comes to resume, I don't want to play that game. Because for me, Porter walks through all them dudes, especially Gamboa, man. Gamboa, I don't think Gamboa could last 5 rounds with Porter. Any version of Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? I've been following Gamboa legit since he was 4-0. My man been getting knocked down his whole career, his whole fucking life. There's no way. Porter's pressure is just too much. It would be shocking to me, by the way, if Porter couldn't, like if they would have ever fought and Porter wouldn't have been able to drop him and stop him, because everybody was dropping Gamboa. But we got a super chat from It's About Damn Time, and he says, people don't give Porter enough credit or respect. That's what I'm saying. He's overlooked, but that can be his advantage in this fight. The fact that Crawford and Crawford fans and Crawford team, they wanted the Earl fight. This isn't the fight they want, so this can sneak up on them. It can give them trouble because this isn't the one that will get them up. They weren't, you know, asking for this. They were asking for the other fight. So, excuse me. Dana Jones says, let's be clear. Porter holds a win over the current heavyweight champion in the amateurs. Over and under, Porter goes the distance. That's right, champ. That's right. I'm telling you, that's the bet to make, man. That's the bet. This fight's going the distance. And if Crawford stops Porter, it's like, whoa. You know what I mean? He gets his flowers from me. The whole tune changes. You know, Porter, it's like I said, there's no other welterweight I would rather send. I wouldn't send Virgil to test Crawford, because then I'll come back like, nah, Virgil was young. I wouldn't send Boots, because then if he doesn't get it done, I'll come back like, man, he wasn't in there with anybody like Crawford. You know? I couldn't send Thurman because Thurman is injured, bro. And if he's not injured, he's been out for 2 years. Nah. I couldn't send Thurman. Same thing with Earl. We don't know what's up. I couldn't send him. This is the man right here. It's Porter. We damn sure ain't sending Danny with his hands in his pocket. It's Porter, man. It's Porter. That's the dude to push Crawford to the limit is Porter. You know, it would have probably been a chess match with Bud and Earl, jockeying, 2 southpaws, fucking parrying each other's hand and jabbing each other's hand and tapping each other's hand, jockeying for position. Nah. Porter coming straight to your ass. Oh, you want to fight? Here go your fight. You know what I mean? Not no boxing match. None of that shit. Fight. Ito Cool says, Shawn Porter has one of the best resumes. Facts. Yes, it is, facts, champ. Yes, it is. That's what I'm saying. The dude, this is the guy. If Crawford passes this test, that's it. And this is what I'm saying. If I'm a Bud fan, I'm happy because there's no other fighter other than, I guess, Pac And I think people still, the people that wanted to hate would have still been like, man, Bud for the old Pat. It's Porter, man. He in his prime. He a 2-time champion. You know, he's in position with the Eliminator and he mandatory to 3 different belts, man. It's the right fight. It's the right fight, man. It's perfect. I'm very, very, very happy, man. Because, believe me, it could have went the other way. You know, a lot of guys were putting into the universe that Porter didn't want it and he would walk away, that Al would offer him something bigger on the other side. Fucking haters. Meanwhile, Al continues to prove with Trout when he sent them to go get that Laura fight, with Jacobs when he sent them to go get that, with Trout when he sent them to go get that Canelo fight, with Jacobs he sent them to go get the Canelo fight. And when I would bring up these examples of Al always securing the big fight for his fighter, Keller Plant included, people say he was playing Plant. They feel stupid today. Plant still got it the way he wanted it with the money, as much as he wanted. You know what I'm saying? But people like to talk shit. And when I brought up those examples, nah. Those examples are about money. This example is different. Well, here you go. Porter definitely ain't take that $1 million and that $2 million all you fucking peons thought he was worth. Because you want to regurgitate some shit your favorite fighter's promoter said. So, I love it, man. I love it when things work out the way they supposed to. He got what he was worth, and we got ourselves a good-ass fight. And they learning something. This is priced properly. Ticket sales are priced properly, man. I swear I wish I had more sponsors. I would be throwing an appreciation night for this shit in Vegas, man. I would rather watch this motherfucker with all the community members, bro. This is a fight that you should be around people with. Like, this is going to be the, oh my. Like, I know we going to get some sound bites. But we got Roland Curtis that says, if Ken has to stop it, then it'll be Sean's last. Yo, you tripping, bro. Stop it. Like, if Ken has to stop it, you guys are crazy, bro. We hit Ken up, man. I know he in Vegas time. I'll be hating doing this. Are you up, Coach? So, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that super chat rolling. If Ken has to stop it, then it'll be Sean's last fight. I think you're absolutely right. If he stops it, it should be Sean's last fight. He's 33 and he fought everybody. Like, if you already lose to Crawford and you already lost to Earl, I mean, I guess you don't have to retire though, because if you could put yourself in a position and you truly believe you could beat those guys in a rematch, you know what I mean? You're just the unfortunate person that doesn't have the rematch clause, where all these other dudes that lose and they really don't have an opportunity at winning still get an opportunity to win because they got a rematch clause. So it's up to Sean, man. It's up to Sean. You got B-Hop. He was fighting well past 40 and still in his complete prime doing his thing. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Can't say that Porter got to give it up after this fight if he loses. You know what I mean? Because he could turn around and say, damn, I know what I did wrong. Fuck it, I'm going to go fight Jaron Ennis. I'm going to go fight Virgil to get back into position. Like, who's not going to want to see him fight Earl or Crawford rematch if he goes out there and beats Virgil or Jaron? You take out one of the top guys, you know, one of the up-and-coming dudes that people think is the shit. Why wouldn't we want to see you get your shot again? I know I would. That's the definition of earning it. And then again, we keep talking about these Durans and these Leonards and all this shit. That's how they did it. They lost to one and got the chance to fight the other. You know what I mean? Porter's doing what they did. Keith ain't fight everybody. He fought some. He ain't fight everybody. Earl ain't fight everybody. And neither has Bud. So they got to mix and match, man. R. Jonesy. Super chat. He says, if you like Raws, but check out them OCB cones. Also, the mod's disrespectful as fuck, too. Sean, in my opinion, I will be betting on him. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, at a plus 450, I'm dropping a yardie on him. money line. You don't even got to get funky with that bet. They disrespecting Sean. 450 for 100? Man, take my 100 then. Take my 100, and then I'm going to throw another 100 to cover that 100, or maybe 200 on that fight going the distance. Because if Porter don't get the win, we making money off Bud not getting a stoppage. Simple, easy peasy. We got NO that says, yo, this will be a great fight of the year. You heard me? 3 power emojis. We got Eric, 1984. They will say he's not the same Porter after the fight. Maybe if he takes, a licking. Eric back with another one says, they will say he's not the same Porter after the fight. Okay, we heard you the first time. Justin says, get my results in 2 or 3 days. What kind of test is? Oh, you did a job test. That must have been a job test for sure. Ain't nobody letting you walk for results. I told you what you do. If that was a job test, you should not be failing, brother. You should have got somebody's clean. Damn. Phoenix. I know these numbers is his name that I didn't associate yet. Lord. I know you in Phoenix, bro. You've been calling in. It's going to click one of these days. Cantrell. Why does that not click? But anyway, let's open up the phone lines. I see callers calling in. Let's do it.
You are now tuned in to the top boxing podcast in all of sports media, The Boxing Voice. Smash the like button.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/The Boxing Voice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
These calls are brought to you by Big Rigs Trucking Agency, experts for all your insurance and trucking needs. For quotes and consultations, visit us at brtagency.com or contact us at 908-943-6918.
All right. Ken, what up?
Me?
Yes, sir. Cantrell, what is going on?
Yeah, what's going on there? I do believe the fight is closer than people think, and I do believe that Porter go the distance. But you asked who had really just handled Shawn Porter. The only person that I can think of just really handled Shawn Porter was Kell Brook, because Kell Brook neutralized him, just boxing him. So if anyone ever just outclassed Shawn Porter, it was Kell Brook. But I do believe that Shawn Porter go the distance.
I wouldn't necessarily agree that Kell Porter handled him. I mean, Kell Porter, in my opinion, totally broke the rules of boxing, the Queensberry rules of boxing. All he did was hold. I know there's a video on YouTube that counted the amount of holds. He did a 1-2 and grab, 1-2 and grab, 1-2 and grab, and just grab and just grab. It was hideous. And he got away with it, but it was hideous. He never fought like that again. Think about it. I watched that fight live. It was hideous. Hit and grab, hit and grab. It was I never understood. And, because he was from the UK, they gave him love. Because, the UK, obviously, they're on the internet. They big up their fighters. So, he was able to blanket a horrible performance. He basically stole the belt with a shit performance, and people started calling him the #1 fucking welterweight. It was insane. But yeah, I disagree, man. Kell Brook, he neutralized by cheating. The difference is there wasn't a good ref. When Amir Khan fought Lamont Peterson and Peterson was being shoved because Amir Khan couldn't take the pressure round after round, that referee took a point because that's cheating. They just didn't do that to Kell Brook. They was in the bag. Listen, think about it. That fight was, I never believed that fight. After Porter loses his belt, he's the champion fighting his mandatory. He got dropped out of the top 15 in the IBF. It's like he slept with someone.
Oh, wow.
It's like he slept with someone's girlfriend. Imagine Bud losing to Porter on November 20th and he's be dropped from the top 15. When has that happened? It hasn't even happened again since. Like, I don't know. And IBF is supposedly one of the best, but I forgot to ask fucking Mr. Peoples that when we had him on the show the other day. Terrible. I don't know. That Kell Brook performance was shit to me. That's why he never got the rematch. But it was obviously a vacant title. I mean, a mandatory. You don't get a rematch clause if you fight in your mandatory.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, Ness. Well, I'm gonna keep listening. Appreciate you. All right.
All right. You know, the only thing about that Kell Brook fight I can't remember is if Al reached an agreement with Brook, or did they go to purse bid because Brook beat Porter and there was no rematch clause. So again, that's IBF. This is WBO with Porter Crawford. But I'm just wondering if since this is a vacant title fight and the negotiations are based off of it being your mandatory, not vacant title fight, strike that from the record. Since this is a mandatory fight and the fight is based off you being the mandatory, is there a rematch clause? We gotta ask Porter that shit. He gave me his new number at the Triller fight. But he on that Vegas time. I can't hit him up right now. That's fucking 7 o'clock. I hit his dad up, though. That's who I want to talk to. But he ain't respond. Yet. So far, the poll, which is way above 375 votes, is at 50-50. 32% of the public believe the fight is a 50-50. 60-40, 44% believe it's a 60-40. And 70-30, 17% of the voting public believes it's a 70-30 fight. 80-20, 7% believe it's an 80-20. We're going out to Steve in Chicago. What is up?
My town up in K-Town.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Hey, Ness, how's my audio sound?
Not bad.
All right, good morning.
Buenos dias.
Yeah, you're spot on today, man. I agree with just about everything you said today. That Brook fight was a mess. And it's funny, like you said, it's funny how he don't get a rematch, but then, the Brits, they cry when they don't get one, or they always get one. But that's a good point to bring up. I'm glad you bring that up. But as far as the fight, it's kind of early. But right now, if I were to bet today, I would go with your bet. I'm putting money on Porter, and I'm putting money on it going the distance. Crawford is just, I don't know, man. I go back and forth with this fight. I put 50-50. That's how I feel it is. Only because, Crawford to me is like the unknown, because I don't think he's been put against competition like this. So, and Porter, we have to respect what he did with Spence. Like, that was a slip away. If that knockdown didn't happen, he might be holding the title. And if we're judging Spence as the king of the welterweight at that time, we have to put respect on Shawn's name. So, all right, that's all I got.
All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that. I like that distance bet, man. Fight going a distance. Sounds about right. My man said Kell Brook is a good fighter. You mean was? Was at one point. I don't know about still. We going to Seattle, Washington. What up?
Mr. PBC, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm the finest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby. Yo, what it do?
What up?
Man, I gotta say this though. Yo, you should get Tigger on the show, man. He about to start Rap City.
Who?
Tigger.
I didn't take
From
his
Rap City?
I didn't take his number when I met him.
But shout out to Kell Brook for being, still has his name around. But I feel like people are gonna be like, they're gonna call in and be like, yo, but he beat Kell Brook. My nigga, he had like 2 loose eyeballs. Like I'm pretty sure Porter would have did the same if he fucking caught him on the edge of his surgeries. But I think this fight's going to be a 50-50. I mean, it's a gauge for both. One is someone needs to make a legacy. The other is, can we see this person versus competition that is, not smaller. This is at a weight class that he just joined. I definitely can't wait for this fight. I got Porter. I just can't count him out. I've counted out people or Porter before, and it's just like, what? So I ain't gonna do that now. Because we don't know if Porter's gonna be sitting down. We don't know how. He does. He might have some power. We don't know. He's always bouncing around.
No, and he gets to show us if Bud's chin is real. Like he's been tested by dudes that are lesser than Porter. So, Gamboa heard him, Benavidez heard him, Cav Velasquez heard him or dropped him, whatever you want to, So it's interesting to see. We got Candy, Slim 501. All that KO talk made Porter train extra hard for EJ. Yeah. Okay. But if he trained extra hard and still didn't get the KO, it goes to show that Porter is durable. Durable. Let me go on out to Cincinnati.
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up for back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. Folks jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
Yo, man.
What up?
Yeah, I picked 70-30.
Wow.
Listen, I like Shawn. I think he's a bit of a goofy dresser, kind of a cornball guy, but he is a good person. He is somebody I would want, my son to model his life after. He doesn't get in any trouble. You don't see him in the club getting drunk like some of your favorite fighters. But he's been put here to be the sacrificial lamb, and that's all it is. When guys like Thurman and Danny didn't want to fight because they was being prima donnas like a couple of red bone bitches, they sent Shawn Porter out there to be the sacrificial lamb. And that's exactly what he is. He's not going to win this fight. There's no way a pressure fighter with no power is going to beat a superior boxing talent like a Bud Crawford. I don't know what the fuck you guys smoking. He does nothing in the ring better than Bud. And it's not like Bud is some soft little cutie, polymology, no power punching, pure boxer. He's a dog too. And I think he's more of a dog than Porter. But I got Terence Crawford stopping him. And as far as this Kell Brook,
Arrivederci. Arrivederci. We going out to Jordan Carter, Seattle. Jordan. Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah. Good. How y'all doing, man?
All good.
So when you asked the question, I thought you meant like purse split. So I was like 60-40 because obviously Crawford's the A side, but a fight split, it's a 50-50 fight. I said it before. I had the only other welterweight I had beating Crawford was Spence. Was Porter other than Spence. So I feel like this would be a great fight. I can't wait for this one. This is gonna be a good ass fight. I got Porter. I want Porter to win because the narrative behind Porter is every time he fights a top fighter, he loses. So I hope he beat Crawford.
He beat Danny. He beat Berto. He beat
Well, that's
Paulie.
true.
He
That's
beat
true.
Devin.
That's true. But he lost to Keith. I wish he would have beat Keith. I'm not really a Keith Thurman fan. But, yeah, man, I'm pulling for Porter in this fight. All 12 rounds.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in.
Tell me something. Oscar Valdez can pop positive for something and not get suspended for 6 months, but he can pop positive for something and get suspended for 6 months, but somehow he ain't a drug cheat.
Before the
You're
fight.
a cheater.
Caesar, Las Vegas. If you're on Blog Talk, don't forget to hit that thumbs. No, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you're on Blog Talk, don't forget to hit the numero uno to let us know that you want to get on the line and talk. Right now, the poll in this house is at over 415 votes. Caesar's available.
Hello?
Yo, what up?
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
All right. Yo, what's the poll at right now?
Right now, 50-50 is 32%, 60-40 is 44%, 70-30, 16, and 80-20, 8. Damn, that 80-20 keeps climbing.
Damn. Honestly, I think 60-40 is pretty solid odds. I mean, just because of the accolades of Crawford and just because what he's shown us. But man, I think just Shawn Porter's just another level. Like, I don't know if you agree with this, Ness, but I think maybe that this might be Crawford's toughest fight, just based on Porter's activity and accolades and all that. This dude. I'm super pumped for the fight. I'm gonna try to get some tickets. So this probably be the first live fight that I'd attend. I have never been to a live event, so this would be the perfect one for me to go to, my first fight. But yeah, man, you did a great show, bro. Doing a great job, and TV for life.
You already know. Shout out to you. Still waiting for you to join Border Wars. We got one December 13th. We got a show next Wednesday, 7 p.m. We got an official fight. Show Kid from Money Making Mount Vernon, promoted by
SDS Promotions.
Took the big fight. He took the big fight versus Jose in Canada. We're going out to Hawk in Maryland. What up? Hawk in Maryland.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is...
Uh-oh, Hawk, your phone is no bueno.
He's deleted.
I know. What's going on with that? Hawk, man, I don't know what's up. Let us know. We're going to go to the Cash App Brandon Counterpunch.
Somebody background loud too, Ness. I want to address something you said earlier. Can you hear me, Ness?
I can.
Yeah, you said Kell Brook held the whole fight. I gotta call bullshit on that.
Oh, wow.
What Kell Brook did was negate what Shawn Porter does best, which is get on the inside and throw that check left headbutt, which is his best punch, that headbutt of his. So I'm gonna piece you up with this 2-piece. And when you lunge inside to land that check left headbutt, I'm gonna hold you. The question you should be asking is why didn't Shawn, who's supposed to be the strong guy, be able to negate those holding for 12 straight rounds? Because we've seen guys try to hold Bud and Bud bullied him. Bigger guys. So let me pose that question to you. Why was Shawn Porter allowing Kell Brook to hold him for 12 rounds? He didn't have the ring IQ to make the adjustment? But you think he's got the ring IQ to make the adjustment against Bud Crawford, who's going to go in there with a 5-inch reach advantage, more power, more speed, better all-around ring IQ, but it's a 50-50 fight in y'all eyes. I appreciate you idiots because y'all going to play for this trip to Disneyland for my kids for Christmas. Is all this money I'm about to win. TDV, take care. Answer that question. Why was Porter allowing Brooke to hold him for 12 rounds if he's...
Bye, Brandon.
He needs some milk.
That's why.
He needs some milk.
He was weak when he was young. What do you want me to tell you? I don't care why Porter let him do it. I only care why the referee allowed it. See, that's the biggest issue I have with boxing fans. It's so personal for y'all. It ain't for me. For me, it's about the sport. It's about sport. And that day, the sport wasn't represented properly. The official was cheating. And then the sanctioning body cheated. We've never seen those two things happen again. Simple as that. But my Gene Bet, talk to me. Boomerang.
Perfect timing because, as you know, I have a $25 bet with Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why he held Porter. The reason is simple. My man came in at 175 pounds that fight. I mean, remember, Kell Brook is a guy that went up and fought Gennady and gave Gennady all he can handle. This is a very extremely strong person fighting in a weight class that, in reality, everybody knew he should have never fought in. He should have at least been 154. Now, this is Bud coming up from what? 135, right?
Yes.
135. I mean, come on. He's a smaller gentleman. I expect Porter to handle him easily. I think this is a true test, and we'll see, if the eye test is good enough or if your resume really speaks for yourself, for what you do in the sport. In my opinion, it is all about resume. Ness, great show. Keep going.
Thank you, brother. Yo, people out here, stop acting like y'all rich. My man said $25. How about $1 million? But I get you. That was the Crawford soundbite you're doing. But if anybody's betting big like that, not because I want you to use my bookie.ag so that I can get my beak wet, but you should be betting on a betting site so that you can get odds, because if you're going to bet big money, you might as well make big money back. And the only way to do that is with the odds. And Porter is a plus 450 according to the producer. So those are actually big odds, you know what I mean? You make a lot of money right there. Like, what is that? 1,300 if you put 450, you make 1,300 back, right? Wow, 1,350 back? That's crazy. That's a mortgage. How about Bitcoin today? I know it's up 5% last time I checked, right? Let me double check. Hell yeah, we up, baby. Damn, that shit up 9.4%. But the thing is, it always is up and down, up and down. I mean, we were in the 50s the other day. Now we're in the 47. So, I don't really know with this Bitcoin thing. Like, what's the right thing? Like, should I take it out right now that it's back closest to 50? Or are people going to say, no, hold it. It's projected to go to 100. It's so weird with the Bitcoin. But whatever. It's growing, though, that's for sure. A little Bitcoin done grew, at least. That 9% today looking good. 9% is very close to 10%. Actually, it's 9.44%. That's not bad, actually, if you think about it. We're going to Wallace in Rhode Island. 10% on your money. Not bad, fellas.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
I see this fight going. I think Crawford will win this fight, maybe either 9-3 or 8-4. I don't think Shawn Porter can. I know Shawn Porter is a strong guy, but I don't think he's gonna manhandle Crawford. Because Crawford is actually strong. He looks light, but he's a strong dude on the inside. And I was seeing, I think it was Mayimbe saying that Porter's gonna handle him easily. He's crazy. And Brandon, the other guy, he said something that I agree with him. Shawn Porter hit the 1-2 in the headbutt, comes along. He did the same thing to Danny Garcia. He did the same thing. That headbutt kept coming in. 1-2 headbutt, 1-2 headbutt. And I know you were talking about the referee that stopped the holding, but it should be fair. He should stop Shawn Porter from hitting with his head. That's all for me.
Well, all right. The thing about that is you don't really have to worry about it this fight because it's two southpaws. Danny was an orthodox fighter versus a southpaw fighter. Headbutts are usually the normal in those situations, truthfully. That's just the way that it works. Excuse me, but the number to call in is 1425 569 5241. Press one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. I'm actually putting the number and the Skype name in the live chat for anyone joining. In the meantime, let me get on out to Stainless in Nashville by way of Detroit.
Red belt, black belt, WO and green. I'm king. Undisputed GOAT, TBE. And you can catch the news first on TBV. Voice of the people now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet, BOXING.
This one you need that Jeopardy beat right here, you know what I'm saying? Where is that? Do 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 do. Stainless, where you at? Where is you at? All right, we going out to JP.
Yo, just jumped on. You heard me?
No problem. Play catch up. You'll figure it out. JP in Long Beach, are you available? Long Beach in the house.
Yeah. And that's FYI, man. As soon as that Joshua and Usyk was finished, I unsubscribed, canceled my subscription, and dropped that straight on my Patreon.
Damn,
so, everybody out there still in this good ass content. Every morning I wake up at 6, roll over and turn the shit straight on. My wife be mad. So this is perfect. This is Good Morning America. Like back in the day, remember Good Morning America when you used to watch that shit, or Good Day LA, whatever city you from. But that's what this has become for me. So I'm definitely paying for my stay, man. I'm not into robbing a man for his works, and everybody should do the same. But these Bud fans, they disrespectful, man. And I think the factor that they missing is that Bud, I've called him the eye test god. He's the god of the eye test, and all of these beautiful things he's done in the ring, he's done them against competition that is subpar to Shawn Porter. And not just a little bit less, a lot less. And the biggest caveat I have for that fight is it's going to take Bud some time to adjust to the competition. It has to. Coming off of Kell Brook to Shawn Porter, that is leaps and bounds in difference of a fighter. And the guys Shawn has been mixing it up, you would assume has gotten him ready for this level of competition. Obviously, the Bud fans just think Bud is leaps and bounds better than everyone else, and I just don't think that's how it works. I don't think it works like that. You rarely see a crop of guys, and then one guy just far superior than everybody else. If Bud comes in here and knocks him out, that will prove that he's far better than everyone else. I have wavered back and forth, and I'm subject to change. Initially, I was like, yeah, Bud's going to win this. At this moment, I got Shawn not decisively, but clearly winning a decision. I'm taking Shawn Porter at the moment. That's my call.
Shawn Porter. We going out to Hawk in Maryland. Hawk in Maryland. What is up? Buenos dias.
Yo, what's up, Ness?
What up?
All right, ain't too much. TBV, number one show. Man, you talking about Porter and Crawford. You know, I'm so mixed up with this one because I know how intense Crawford gets. Well, Porter showed me a lot when he switched up against Yugas. But I think Kell Brook beat him clean myself. I know he held a little bit, but I think Kell Brook kind of outboxed him with the, like outsmarted him and, you know, tangled him up. I don't think Crawford gonna come to do that. I think Crawford gonna use the first few rounds to try to fill him out. But man, you know what? I'm just gonna go 50-50. I'm gonna go 50-50. I'm hoping for Porter to shine, but we just don't know how Crawford gonna be under them type of lights. I think he's gonna be a different type of light, and Crawford might want to just really show his real talent. It's a great fight. That's all I can say. It's a great fight. But I'm gonna go ahead and see. I'm gonna go ahead and try to go with my heart and go with Porter, but my mind is telling me that Crawford's gonna win. But that's my call. I say it's a great 50-50.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in. We got nobody's on the line available at the moment. All right, just got a call, a text. Do apologize for that. But Stainless, I guess I got to go to you. Are you available? Do you got the gist of what's going on? I mean, obviously Crawford's quote is he's going to show us how great he is. He actually even mentioned Ali. He said, what did Ali say? I'm going to show you how great I am. And obviously he has the opponent to do so in Porter. So we're talking all about Porter, Crawford, and, you know, whether it's a 50-50, a 60-40, 70-20, 30-80, I mean, whatever, all those good things, and just the fight in itself.
Yo, I'm here. You can hear me?
I hear you.
Yo, thanks for coming back to me. Sorry, I had to cut my Wi-Fi off. I didn't know it was still on. Bud Crawford, man. I try not to be a super fan for Bud. He's a great fighter, man. I've enjoyed him since I first saw him debut on HBO with the Bradis Prescott fight. I lean more towards Bud in this fight. I don't want to do percentages. I'm gonna just say I lean more towards Bud. I think Thurman beat Porter. It was a close fight, but Thurman beat him. But eventually, that gas tank and that body work caught up with him. You know what I'm saying? Bud got a little bit more dog. I don't see him getting caught like that. You know, it's like in the things that I've seen with Porter, you know, have with the other fights he's been in, those fighters, like what they were missing, it seemed like Bud Crawford got. So, you know, I'm expecting a good fight. I'm sure it'll be Bud by decision or possibly late knockout, you know, 10th, 11th round. But that's a stretch for me because of the durability and the endurance in Porter. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying it's slight. It's hard for me to see. But if it is done, man, if nothing else for me, that should establish his number one position on that pound for pound list, because Porter's got a lot of dog in him, and Bud does too. And we all know if you press that dog in Bud, then you're gonna get an all out Bud. So as a boxing fan, I'm excited for the fight. Like I said, I lean more towards Bud though. But I gotta ask on side note, did you get that song?
I did. I played it this morning. I was gonna try and play it, but it's really rough.
Yeah, it's a rough draft, man. I just came up with it like yesterday, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get my man for the studio time because I still got other people. Rain Walks to Finish is a song. James Payne Lethal was asking me to do with him and everything else. So it's more about waiting for my guy to get established and get his studio set back up. I think he was just doing some test runs last week still, but or the week of Border War still, excuse me. But now, but I got motivation. I'm starting to get that, that creative energy going and getting that itch again. So I figured the first thing I need to knock out was a couple Border War songs. Or one that's more like a chant, get them riled up, and one that's more like Justo had that champ song, you know what I'm saying, where it's kind of thought provoking, or at least keeps them focused on the goal of getting to the fight, you know what I'm saying? So, the cleaned up version is going to be lit, but, so I was just trying to get perspective on you. Does it feel like, that type of vibe, that chant?
I like the one you sent me. I like because it's up tempo. Feels like you pumped up.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. That's what I was going for too. But the next one, like I say, is one having more chill, like Justo got that champ song. You know what I'm saying? But that's them other two beats I sent you. I think I'm gonna just do the same verse, just different style to them two different beats. You know what I'm saying? And whichever one you prefer, or maybe
We'll
the
talk off
pick.
air though. Let me get to these super chats. I see them over here hitting me up. LV Slugger think I forgot him, but I definitely heard it. We got Julian, who says, Jose Benavidez beats Porter. I love this fight, though. Ha! I mean, you know what? Jose's looking good now. And that's camp only, bro. That's camp only, but I hear you. Ito Cool. Right now, if Bud wins, I'll become a Bud tender. Laughing out loud, laughing out loud. LV Slugger, Porter's currently top 3 welterweight. Hashtag facts. Izzy in Oklahoma says, Brandon from Cincinnati, caller of the decade. I don't agree at all. Nah, I'm messing you. Marcel said, you'll be my co-host. You got mic and headphones, bro? If you got the mic and the headphones, then we can talk. Until then, I don't think so. But the panel's open, man. I got no co-host. I'm keeping it that way, man. These dudes don't know how to be up at 9. I can't rock. But if you are up at 9 and you got the mic and the headphones, I know Adrian going to be joining me soon. I'm not accepting no gamer headset, so don't come over here with your little GTA headset. It's none of that. And you got to have knowledge, man. You got to have them some knowledge, man. Like, can't be coming on here and you don't really, watch boxing. You feel me? But let me see. We got, what's this? Chicago in the buildings, my man Bruce and them? Let me see. Bruce, you owe me a Border Wars fight, man. What's going on, man? When we getting you on the show, man?
A Border Wars fight? You got somebody with some experience?
Bruh, what you
I
got?
want to just
What you got? What weight you in?
75.
And you got how many amateur fights?
Oh, like 50.
50.
More than that.
50.
I got a lot of amateur fights, bro.
You got more wins than losses?
Yeah, I got 11 losses, bro. I remember all of my losses. I got 11 losses.
How old are you?
29.
I mean, we got Jerome, man. He got 30 amateur fights, plus a lot of street beef fights, Border Wars fights. Yeah, nah, he do. He got mad amateur fights.
Oh, shit. But that 30 fights is decent. 30 fights ain't much difference between 30 and 50. That shit all kind of the same.
And he got, I'm telling you, and he got like 12 street beef fights, man. But I ain't know you was that big. I was hoping you was 168, 160. 175, that's big.
Yeah, pretty big, I guess. But I'm going down anyway. Though. I'm just gonna keep working and lose weight. I was just like 220 something, but we ain't gonna discuss that. But anyway, I think with this Porter and Crawford, man, Crawford Porter. I'm sorry about that, but it's gonna be interesting. I think it's a 50-50 fight on paper. I think it's a 50-50 fight on paper, but once they get going, it's not gonna be 50-50 at all, man. He's gonna knock Porter out. Porter too easy to hit. He get hit too clean, too much. And I mean, and Bud can crack. It don't matter what people are talking about. Bud can really crack. He knocked out every welterweight he's fought, and he fought some pretty good welterweights. Elite, not so much. They're not elite, but they like to step right before elite. But now we got somebody to cross the street. Okay, so tell Porter to look both ways when he crosses the street. That's just how it goes. He get his ass whooped. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be good for about 6 rounds, and after that, it's gonna be a difference, a clear difference. There's a skill difference here. Crawford's a master of his distance. Crawford get hit early, but after that, it's hard to hit him. It's hard to hit him. And Kavaliauskas ain't no bum. He just showed y'all that when he fought Virgil. You see what I'm saying? Kavaliauskas got some crack, too. And
I thought
Porter
he got
ain't got
stopped
the crack
versus
like
Virgil.
Kavaliauskas. He did get stopped.
Oh, wow.
But Virgil is... Shit, Virgil will stop... Virgil going... What? Just keep watching. He going to stop a lot of people, but he can't beat... I think Virgil will probably stop Porter, too. Porter too easy to hit. Porter too easy to hit. He durable, but who he fight that got real crack outside of Earl? Who did he fight that got real steam? That's stopping power.
I mean,
I don't know.
Porter ain't shown. I mean, Crawford ain't shown stopping power. He's stopping little boys, man. Them ain't real fighters.
What you? Hey, excuse me, bro. Crawford, come on. We talking about stopping little boys. This man coming up from 35. He went from lightweight to welterweight, same power, still stopping everybody he fight. That's stopping power.
Bruh.
That's stopping power, bro.
Everybody he stopped, all the other welterweights stopped, man. Who don't stop them dudes, man? Them little dudes, man.
What you mean? Come on, man. Ain't no welterweight stop what's my man's name? Kell, bro. They ain't stopping him. Ain't no welterweight stopping him.
Bruh,
like
this
Earl
version
stopped
of,
him on that.
Bruce,
Earl stopped him on the eye.
This version, you literally trying to say ain't no welterweight knocking out this version of Brook when Earl did it 20 years ago, broke his eye, never been the same. You out here capping, man, but it's all right. Cap away.
No, bro. I'm telling you, man. We in the fight made now. It's official. This shit is about to happen. Now, when it happens, we had a similar conversation when I told you Kenny was gonna beat your boy. The boxing is just different, man. Skills is different, man. Crawford got the best skills in the game, and he's gonna beat him. But my thing is, everybody keeps saying pound for pound number one off of one victory. Canelo gonna have to lose for him not to be pound for pound number one no more. You can't just get a good victory and be pound for pound number one over Canelo. Canelo is just he there until he loses, pretty much. His resume is better than everybody. So it's not even close. That's when people keep talking about that. But yeah, man, that's my call. And we could talk about that Border Wars with whatever buddy you said too. I see it's in December, so we could talk about that.
All right.
I hit you up on Instagram.
Bet. Who we got? LV Slugger. What up?
TDV, what up?
What up?
Sound?
You good? So far.
Yeah, man. This it right here, man. This is what it's all about, man. Definitely looking forward to this fight. So I'm leaning more towards 60-40. You know, when it first came out, I was saying 70-30, but I'm leaning more towards 60-40. You know, Porter, man, he a dog. He definitely coming to fight. And, you know, he don't come to fold, lay down or nothing like that. So I do expect a good fight. Fight of the year candidate. And I don't know about the stoppage, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Porter never been stopped before. If Bud can get the stoppage, you know what I'm saying, it definitely will be a statement made. Yeah, man. And like I said in my super chat, I do think this is like a top 3 welterweight bout. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Ugas doing what he was able to do to Pacquiao. You know, when Porter getting that win over Ugas, I do think that this is the top 3 welterweight bout. And I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. Hopefully, Bud can get it done. I do think he's gonna get it done. I can see about 2 or 3 stoppages. I mean, not 2 or 3 stops, but 2 or 3 knockdowns. I think he's gonna get about 2 or 3 knockdowns and probably beat Porter more definitive, than any of his other losses. More impressive fashion than any of his other losses. Because all his other losses pretty close. Even the Thurman fight, the Spence, Kell Brook, it was close, kind of safe. But I think Bud gonna get that win and make it look, more impressive than all them other losses. So, like I said, definitely looking forward to it. The fight of the year, top 3 welterweight bout. So that's what it's all about, man. But yeah, that's my call.
All right. Well, that's all the super chats and all the callers. I got my Gene Bear on the boomerang. What's up?
Yo.
I
was thinking about a parlay, but the third person I wanted to add was not. I don't think is going to be any good. I was thinking Porter, Otto, and then Hellenius, but I don't know about that Hellenius pick. I don't know, man. I definitely want to see if I can add a third fight to the Porter and Otto picks. You got anything in mind? Maybe Canelo.
To the Otto and who pick?
Porter.
Oh, as a parlay.
Yep.
Those both underdogs, bro. You better go some favorites.
Yeah.
Those both underdogs, you know what I mean? If you want that shit to happen, you got to put some favorites in there. And that's already 2 underdogs.
Yeah, but 2 dogs, both dogs, and I think they both got real chances. I think Otto's definitely gonna win.
I think Otto got a great chance, but it's in the UK, man. It's not his hometown. He's the traveling fighter. This guy's the house fighter. I definitely think he's got a better tank than everybody else, man. That Dillion's been fighting. They've been coming up short. They can't capitalize on Dillion's lack of tank.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. But that's my call, brother. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. We will be having a show this evening with Shan and Enrique on YouTube members. It's so far tentatively titled Let's Talk About Sex with Shan and Ness and Enrique. So yeah, join us tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, unless Enrique pushes it back because, he's still working. Peace.